Welcome, welcome, welcome to Last Week Tonight. I am John Oliver, and today we're gonna talk about why the conservatards are racist. I'm joined as always by Bingo and the Hammer.
Wait, is that a joke from the thing? I already.
You don't remember the names of the superheroes?
Yeah, it's those fuckers.
No. What's this show that you're on now?
Oh, it's Last Week Tonight. I thought you'd be a big fan as a libcuck yourself, Florian.
Was that what the show was called? Amazing.
Florian, do you want to be Bingo or the Hammer? We don't have time for your Austrian quibbles.
I am clearly the Hammer, okay?
So Kino Corner, are you gonna be the Bingo?
No, I'm the king.
Oh shit! Okay, Weekend Warrior, you can be Bingo.
No, I'd rather be dead. Thank you.
Hey guys, we have 4 people here to talk about some real Netflix kino. Probably gonna be my movie of the year. I'm not sure yet. Depends on if Christopher Nolan decides to make anything this year. But let's do a little bit of introductions because I didn't even know this guy was gonna be here. Weekend Warrior, how are you doing?
Hello, doing fine, Mr. Slim Simeon, sir. I'm doing. I was doing fine until I watched Thunder Force. So yeah.
Yeah, and there's a reason why he's here. Is Florian was really insistent on all of us watching Thunder Force, and then if I recall correctly, Mumkey had a better time watching 3 hours of gay porn than 20 minutes of Thunder Force. So Mumkey was like, no, you and Florian just do it by yourselves. I was like, well, I got to get a third person in here. I'm not going to be stuck just with Florian talking about Thunder Force.
Yeah, here's my story. I'll tell you from the beginning. One night I hopped on Netflix and it said, hey, we have a brand new movie. This was the night of the premiere. It just came out and I thought, oh shit, Melissa McCarthy. I mean, she's mostly missed, but I think I like maybe 2 of her movies. But Jason Bateman's in this? There's no way Jason Bateman would make a shitty straight-to-Netflix comedy. Sure, I'll watch that. And after about 40 minutes, I was so disgusted I had to turn it off, and I vowed to never finish it until last night while we were recording the Solar Opposites Kino. Florian told me you guys were doing this, and I decided if I'm going to be here, I might as well finish the movie. And I definitely regret it. I think I could have reviewed it without finishing the movie.
Yeah, not a whole
great.
lot changes.
I just say, hey, let's watch a bad movie that's really popular for some reason, and now everyone's complaining that they watched a bad movie. Well, you know what you were signing on for. God damn it.
Yeah,
Well,
usually Austrians have bad ideas that they force on the rest of the world.
That's true. That's very true.
What were you saying, Weekend Warrior?
I forgot. Like it wasn't even like a funny bad movie. It was like, it's time to stop, guys. It's like it's time to stop making the joke. You made the punchline, but they kept going with it. It reminds me of Ghostbusters. Like they
the original one. Yeah, that movie sucks.
Yeah, awful.
Well, let's dive into the concept of the film, because I think the premise is actually good. The idea is that superpowers are coming from space, but only sociopaths can get the superpowers. I think that's a great premise for a movie, but they did not deliver, and they completely fucked it up with the rest of it. I think the heroes in this movie are not sociopaths. I think they should have been. Every character with superpowers should have had sociopathy. Or sociopathy, however pretentious way you want to pronounce this shit. I think Melissa McCarthy is much better playing a stone cold sociopath bitch than what she does in this movie, which is unfunny slapstick, and the joke is that she's basically what Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover. She does not understand basic things that any normal person would get. Like she think instead of Bingo was her name-o, the song, she thinks it was Zorro. Like stupid shit. That the joke is that she's retarded. Okay, we get it. I would much rather have a sociopath who maybe is motivated by money to stop the evil villains or whatever, rather than, oh no, I'm just a stupid hero.
Yeah, just like imagine if she was more like Patrick Bateman. And it was like, do you listen to Huey Lewis in the news like before, she kills one of the guys or something like that? Like that would actually be funny.
Are you telling me that you didn't have your heart warmed by this amazing sequence of her growing up and learning how to fight bullies, and then in the end they're estranged, but they come back together to fight crime? You telling me you didn't feel like these are the heroes that we deserve?
You could do that with sociopaths, though. I'd love to see a sociopathic little kid.
You know what I felt? Watching them grow up. For one, Melissa McCarthy's character and Octavia Spencer's character only got fatter as they got older.
Yeah, that's the true tragedy, is that they casted a skinny black girl who grows up into Octavia Spencer. Oh, man.
Well, it's pretty hard to be fat at that age. Come on.
But she's such a hard worker. She's the Tony Stark of this universe. You would think she'd be working too hard to sit down on the couch and eat Twinkies all day.
And don't call her a nerd. She's smart. She's not a nerd.
She's a blurred.
She just got heavy bones, okay? What?
Heavy bones.
I thought too highly of the movie. I thought the subject-verb agreement would like come back later. Like, oh, they're in agreement because they're friends again or some shit. Nope. It's like fucking stupid. It's just a setup for a joke against Wayne. So there you go. Yeah.
The joke is just that she's retarded. Like that's it. And another one of those like peak tier comedies, like the peak of comedy that happens in this film, that happens many times, is where somebody misunderstands what somebody else says, and that's funny. I'm half Miss-Korean. You're half Korean? Oh no, I'm not half Korean.
Oh, that didn't send your sides into orbit?
It was more funny the second time. Come on, just give it a chance.
And the third time, and the fourth time.
Okay, let's do a little challenge. We're gonna go around the horn, and whoever goes last will have the hardest time. But each of us has to come up with one good joke from this 100-minute comedy movie, and I will begin because fuck you guys. The only joke in the entire movie I liked was when Melissa McCarthy and I already forgot the name of the black chick. What's her name? The actress?
Octavia Spencer.
Octavia Spencer. They're having dinner with Octavia Spencer's 90-year-old black grandma. And the joke is that the grandma thinks that they're lesbians and that they're going to get married. And I thought, that's so against type. Typically, the most anti-LGBT people are the elderly black folks. So the fact that she's disappointed that they're not lesbians, that's a real subversion of my expectations. What a great joke. Got me rip-roaring, laughing on the floor. They really got me with that one. Okay, your turn, Florian.
Well, she just really wanted to imagine, like, really fat lesbian sex. That's all she wanted, okay?
That's how she gets off.
Yeah.
So say we all.
She raised her for this purpose, and she has failed.
The grandma's the one who fattened her up so she could have fat lesbian sex?
Yeah. You thought you're setting me up. I actually thought this movie was funny on several occasions, okay?
Uh-oh. I'd be embarrassed to admit that.
Uh-oh.
No way. No way, what?
I definitely like the whole raw chicken joke.
Oh my god.
Like several times. It's actually funny several times, okay? You can't stop me.
I was disgusted. I guess maybe over in Austria that's considered normal cuisine is just eating raw chicken.
No, it's just that Austrians and Germans are known for not really having any sense of humor.
Yeah, okay. Wow, thanks, Kino. That's so cool. I'm so sorry that I took time away from you watching Italian snuff porn to watch this brilliant comedy, and I'm the one who finds it funny, and I don't have a sense of humor. Okay, cool. Enjoy being miserable. That's really great. Yeah.
Well, Kino, now you have to name a scene that you thought was funny.
When it said directed by Ben Falcone.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's dive into that a little bit before Weekend Warrior gets his turn. Ben Falcone is Melissa McCarthy's husband, and they have collaborated on 5 projects so far, and each one was a huge fucking failure in terms of critical reception. He writes and directs his own fat wife in these movies, and they're all terrible.
Now, I have a theory about that. So I have a theory about Ben Falcone's movies. And my theory, no. Like my theory is this: he is like a studio stooge to essentially be like a tax write-off. So it's like the producers. If you ever saw that movie, where it's like, oh, they have to make sure that their play fails so that they can make money.
So
And
all
it's
of his
just kinda
movies are just Springtime for Hitler.
Yeah, all of his movies are just Springtime for Hitler, a way to say like, oh, we took this big loss, but at the same time, where did all that money go? It went to essentially paying themselves, but then they write it off on their taxes.
So did this actually fail then because it was so popular on Netflix? Does it mean they actually have to pay out big time now?
All of these movies, I assume, are profitable. I think that they make the money. I just think that they're failures artistically and comedically.
Yeah, it was trending on Netflix, right?
It was number one on Netflix, and it might still be.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it said it was number one in Austria as well. It's like number one everywhere. Amazing.
Now, was that okay? But was that because people genuinely wanted to watch it, or was it because Netflix was pretty much putting it in everyone's faces, and it's just going to be normal that a lot of people watch it?
Yeah, for all we know, number one on Netflix means how many times people clicked on it, and not necessarily how many people finished the movie. I would not be surprised if 80% of people were like me and stopped halfway through or even earlier.
Look, I've got to. So I have to sort of take some words back that I said. I'm looking at Ben Falcone's films and his movie Tammy, which was just awful.
But that also had Jason Bateman in it, right?
Yeah, and it had a budget of $20 million, and it made over $100 million at the box office.
Yeah, and I know that these movies make money. They just suck.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's almost no. Actually, I don't know if Jason Bateman's in this.
I know that he's in like Identity Thief with her or something like that.
Yeah, he's an Identity Thief. Yeah, but it's like if you look at Adam. Fuck, why am I blanking on his name right now?
Adam Wingard, the director of...
No, not Adam. Adam Sandler. If you look at Adam Sandler, all of his movies make bank.
Yeah?
His movies make tons of money. Now, I have more respect for Adam Sandler because essentially he's just like ripping off studios to get, resorts and vacations around the world.
And he did Uncut Gems. Like, he's a genuinely great actor.
Yeah, exactly. Like he did Uncut Gems and Punch Drunk Love, which is also a great film. And he's genuinely like a really good actor, but I have respect for the hustle that guy has because he essentially gets studios to give him $100 million to go to some resort in the Pacific Ocean. He shoots some shitty movie while he's there to justify it and then makes everyone back hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, all right, like
it's not even a hustle at that point if he just makes the money back. I guess that's just a great opportunity for everyone, huh?
Okay, Weekend Warrior. What part of the movie made you laugh?
Oh, before we go on to that, I just want to say that since we're on the Adam Sandler praising, I do want to recommend the Meyerowitz stories. It's also on Netflix. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah,
that's a really good one.
There was one moment that I really laughed though when the king was ranting and one of the guards said, "Maybe they're not that easy to kill, boss," or something like that, and the king goes, "Come here," and the black guy just goes, "Nah, I'm good, boss." Like he knows he's gonna die. Like he knew he was gonna die. That was actually funny. Like no, I'm good, boss. Thanks.
Your retelling of the joke made me laugh more than the joke in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the king scenes were really cringe. I mean, specifically, I guess you think everything is cringe. Damn, how must that be? You just hate every second of it. Yeah.
Florian is just saying that the king scenes are cringe because at the beginning of the podcast, I said I was the king.
Yeah, he has it out against you.
Attacking me.
Yeah, you actually like the king. We see through you.
I'm a sociopath.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Yeah.
No, another thing I gave the movie too much credit for is that I thought the explosion in the beginning would somehow be a villain these guys would fight later in the movie. Nope. That they just die. The parents just die. That's it.
Yeah, like it.
I thought that was
I think it's kind of a racist story when you really think about it, right?
Why is that?
No,
because
what?
Well, because so her parents get killed by a miscreant, right?
The black
And then
Octavia Spencer's parents.
Yeah, Octavia Spencer's parents get killed by a miscreant. And so what does that do in her? She wants to take on and basically lock up or kill every miscreant for the action of one. That's how racism happens. Okay.
I mean, when your racial group is called the miscreants, you almost are begging to be labeled as criminals.
Yeah, but I think that, you know, Thunder Force could have really explored the injustices and the systemic racism against miscreants, and maybe that's why they became criminals. You know?
Yeah, that's what I usually expect from a Melissa McCarthy movie.
But clearly they have shown
deconstruction.
They've shown such great redemption when the Crabman joins them. I don't know how you can label them as being so anti-miscreant, because they have this.
He's a Korean.
This brave half-Korean joined their team. Yeah,
he's half-Korean.
No, I don't mean to.
Racists are still racist against half.
He doesn't even have
people.
superpowers. In fact, he has like a learning disability. He has like a physical disability.
Yeah, I had a question about Jason Bateman's character, and I don't mean to turn this into a full Mahler video pointing out every minor detail and flaw, but they say that only sociopaths can get the powers, but then he said that he was bit on the dick by a radioactive crab, and that gave him crab claw arms. And he's not a sociopath. Like, we see him with the full range of emotions, and he even becomes like the hero at the end. So did he just get random powers from a radioactive crab that was unrelated to the sociopath powers, or did they explain that, or am I just thinking about it too hard?
You're thinking about it too hard.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was caused by
a joke.
It was caused by radioactive waste that went into a crab, so it must have been unrelated to that other thing.
So there should be all sorts of other powers out there then, if radioactive animals can give you a power.
Yeah, as long as they bite you on the dick. That seemed pretty important.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's 5 in this city, there's probably plenty all around.
It should have just turned his dick into a crab leg.
That would have been better.
Go ahead, Weekend.
I just hate that. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's just that I hate that restaurant scene because they're in a fucking seafood restaurant and they're mad that the guy recommended crab. What? Like, so dumb to be mad. You went there, and then the joke is like Melissa McCarthy eats the crab man, right? Well, why is he mad then at the guy? It's so fucking retarded. Like,
yeah, that's like making Holocaust jokes around a Jew, you know? That would be so weird.
No, I think
it's normal for an Austrian.
The more apt comparison, if we're going to say that the people with powers are like a racial minority, would be if a black guy went to a restaurant that serves black people as food, and then he was offended that the waiter offered him like the black man special. Like of course, the guy who's half crab should not go to the fucking crab bake restaurant. What the fuck were you thinking?
And it's like if she put on like a KKK hood for sex, and then he's like into it.
Hey, some black women are into that, okay?
Oh no.
Yeah, no. Some black women are. That's the funny thing.
Uh-oh. Well, I sure hope they don't bring out the rope.
No.
Oh my god.
We're being real negative Nancy's. Clearly, Florian likes it more than us. So this will be the 1 minute Florian Power Hour. Florian, I want you to just go off without any interruptions. No matter how much we want to interrupt you, tell us why you liked parts of the movie.
You know, it's a really, really tough movie to like, and I had a similar experience. I had a similar experience to you where I saw it and I was like, oh, these women, they look like they're gonna be really unfunny. But then I saw the funny crab and I was like, yeah, I gotta see this crab, and I really like the detail on his crab claws. I just knew I had to see this movie, and you know what, I'm not disappointed. They made a lot of really stupid jokes, but for me it's like, somehow the stupid jokes made it so that when there were the few jokes that actually landed, it really empowered those few good jokes. You know, it's like putting dung on the fields to make the crops grow. It just needs to happen that way, and I I think it's great that they managed to tell this great and wholesome story, and it's too bad that the internet is just ganging up on them. They just want to express themselves.
There is one part with the Jason Bateman crab where he crab walks sideways.
Oh, that was funny, actually.
And then the rest of the movie, he just walks like a normal person. I think he should have had to walk sideways the entire film. That would have been funny.
He should have just been like Zoidberg, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, essentially it was a half Zoidberg. I actually have an idea for Jason Bateman's character if they want to really explore, or if they wanted to take this into a darker, sort of more sinister route.
If Zack Snyder does the sequel?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. More like if David Cronenberg did the sequel.
Okay.
So he was bit on the dick. So what if he's like some sort of like Black Widow or like succubus, like a male succubus, and like he has sex with women? You know, he like lures women back to his place, and he has like this crab claw as a dick that he uses to like eviscerate and like eat the women.
Like a reverse of that Teeth movie where the vagina has teeth.
Yeah, exactly. Like a reverse of the Teeth movie, but he has like a crab claw as a dick, you know, that, I mean, I don't know. That would be more interesting than just having two arms that he literally can do nothing with. He can't pick up glasses. Like his superpower is that he's pretty much completely impaired and might as well not have arms.
Yeah, this was debilitating to his character. It's not like the crab claws were used in combat at all, were they? Like, basically, no. I don't know why he was the leader of the miscreant gang when he is like he's weaker than the average man.
Yeah, exactly. He can't pick things up.
Yeah, I feel like his little claws that grew back after he lost his big claws would actually be more suitable to picking things up. So that's really crazy how the mayor just hires him to be like his gang guy, and then he's just like this terrible guy.
Yeah, at least with the mini claws, he can be like that Dr. Seuss character, the Chinaman who eats with stick.
Oh no. So anyways, Kino,
so
you were
Weekend Warrior. Do you care to comment on that? The Chinaman who eats with sticks?
Yeah, you a big fan?
I hate China. I hate China, for the record, yeah.
Now, since Florian liked it the best and he got 1 minute to praise it, which one of us hated it the most to give them a full minute of hatred?
Oh, no.
I think that would be Weekend Warrior.
Okay, Warrior, if you want to go on a rant, go for it.
I fucking hated this movie. It was a fucking waste of time, except for the one joke that actually made me stop and admire it because, I actually felt some fucking emotion. If you're guys, if you're gonna make a comedy movie, at least be confident in making your own fucking jokes. It's like, it's so pathetic that they are like, oh, is this punchline good enough? Oh, let me just extend the joke further. Oh, hey, Andy, remember getting punched in the face? Let's do that joke for 5 fucking minutes more. How about that? Wow. Peak comedy. I think I agree with Kino. This is a fucking money laundering scheme, and they're laughing their asses all the way to the bank, and I feel dumb that we actually helped them succeed in this fucking movie. I hate it. I hate that I have to watch this movie on Netflix just so I could mock it, because in a way, the miscreants won because they got their money. And what's our consolation? We can just mock it. Like, hooray, we did it, guys. It's a piece of shit movie by Melissa McCarthy. What a surprise. Like, it would be more surprising if this movie was actually good. Like, Simeon was right. This universe had an actually interesting backstory, but they just shot that all away for body odor jokes and Fortnite. And fucking Fortnite is in this fucking movie. Jesus Christ. Like, how the fuck does that happen? Will there be a tie-in with Thunder Force? Will Thunder Force have Fortnite skins? Oh my god, I can't fucking wait. That's what people want, not She-Hulk. The Hammer. That's what the kids want these days. They want to be the Hammer in Fortnite. Yeah. But
it's always been it's always been my dream to be a fat middle-aged woman in my video game. So I, for one, welcome the Thunder Force skins in Fortnite. I'll be playing with all of my Discord kittens.
Oh wait! Before that, also, Palm Clementef is in this fucking movie. Mantis is in this movie. Holy shit! Like, why are you here, babe? You don't need to do.
Wait, that was you talking about the Asian chick?
Laser.
That was Mantis from.
Yeah, that was Laser. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I guess I'm racist.
Yeah, I had to go.
You don't have to guess. We know that.
Well, maybe we're wrong, because we are 4 dudes in our mid-20s. Maybe we're not the target demographic of this movie about 40-year-old women with superpowers. And it's on Netflix. I imagine it's mostly for Netflix moms. They just watched Tiger King for the 4th time, and now there's a new funny fat lady fall down movie that they can all relate to. Do you think any of our moms would enjoy this movie?
No.
No.
Wow.
No.
My mom is a fucking pleb. She'll watch any dog shit movie and say it was a 5 out of 10. I would imagine my mom has already seen this.
Yeah, see, the reason why I think I like this movie is because
You're a
I
mom?
grew up watching TV with my mom, and she would just like really like fat women comedy, if that even existed back then, but it certainly exists now. So I can just imagine her just roaring at these jokes, you know. I think
You should text her and ask her if she's seen this yet.
yeah, maybe. Well, she doesn't have Netflix, sadly, so I guess she's really busy.
If you want to watch a good fat woman comedy, all you have to do is turn on TLC.
What, my 600-pound life?
Yeah. Or, Toddlers and Tiaras, or really just any of their shows. It's all fat woman comedies.
How about that doctor who's shitting on the fat person who's like, she's dieting, but the doctor's just saying, no, you're not. You're still fat. Like, I saw clips of that. Yeah, that's funny, right? Like,
No, that's all mean spirit. It's gonna be nice and wholesome like this movie, okay?
Okay,
Come on,
I've pulled up
get it?
I've pulled up Melissa McCarthy's filmography, and we're gonna see how many of these movies we actually think are decent. Let's start with Bridesmaids. I'd say that's a decent movie.
You know what? I liked it the first time I saw it, and it's one of those movies that just hasn't aged that well for me.
Have you seen it, Florian?
I'm not even sure I have seen it, but I'm pretty sure I've seen like no movie with her in it. I guess because I'm not sure if I can participate much in this part.
Okay, she also did Spy. I thought that was a half decent movie.
Well, it's just called Spy. Well,
Yeah, it has Jason Statham in it. I haven't seen.
Wow.
Okay, she did Life of the Party. Bad movie. Ghostbusters
movie.
2016. Bad movie.
Bad, yeah.
The Happy Time Murders. I have a soft spot for that movie. I kind of liked Happy Time Murders. I got to be honest. But it's a bad movie. Yeah.
You have to admit it.
Looks like she did Can You Ever Forgive Me, which is like a serious Oscar contender, but I don't think it won anything. And I also did not see it.
I saw it. So I guess from a filmmaking perspective, it's pretty good, but I did not care for it.
Evidently, she's going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, yeah, that's what they need.
So she can reunite with Mantis, I guess.
Wait, is this like the actual Marvel Universe? That can't be right.
Yeah, the new Thor movie that comes out next year.
So
It's gonna be wholesome, Florian.
Oh my god, Fat Thor is gonna fall in love with Fat her. That's amazing.
I hope Thor has lost his weight by the time the movie begins. And she was also in Hangover Part 3 for about 4 minutes, and that was that was a bad movie.
Was she playing herself? Because that would be probably
She
the
played
worst way.
Zach Galifianakis' love interest, but she's literally in it for less than 5 minutes.
Just like a lot of the characters in Part 3. They just kind of like came in and left.
So yeah, ultimately,
high.
I would say she's been in 80% dog shit movies and maybe 10% half decent movies and 10% kind of good movies. Not a great track record.
I actually tried to watch Ghostbusters and I got like 1 minute in and then I cringed to death and had to turn off. So I didn't even see her in it, so I guess she could have been good in it. But
yeah, you just
not
saw.
if you believe the trailers. Yeah.
So Gabe from The Office was too much for you, and you had to turn it off.
Yeah, I don't know how. it was, I guess, just the writing of that first scene. Oh my god.
You know, my favorite part of Ghostbusters 2016 was when during the climax, they went into that building or whatever to go into the nether space, and it was like the dead of night, and then they beat the bad guy or whatever, and they came back out, and it was like noon the next day.
So they went to the Dark Knight Rises heist school of where the sun is in the sky.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to get back to Thunder Force and just talk about a few things in the film that I really loved. I really loved how you didn't know that her daughter had speed, and they literally just like made her the Flash like in Act 3 just to, as sort of like this Deus Ex Machina sort of thing.
And she does one thing.
She does one thing. She comes in and saves the day, and it's like,
well, she comes in and like kicks the guy when he's about to do a finishing blow. Yeah. So that she had to have these powers to do one thing when she could have just snuck up behind him and hit him in the head with a bedpan.
Yeah, and the other like great thing about that fight was, why did Melissa McCarthy have to go with the bomb into the river?
Exactly.
Why couldn't they have just thrown the bomb into the river and just been like, yeah, let's just blow up some water and then that's it.
It's and just also more accurate that way. Come on.
Evidently, their Thunder Force costumes are also indestructible because the bomb explodes while she's holding it to her chest, and the costume itself is just fine.
Yeah, that's too bad. I guess it would have been more funny if she had been grossly naked.
Well, and like even her hair wasn't even damaged. Is her hair super powerful too?
Wow.
Well, remember, she said that the super strength strengthened all of the cells in her body.
I mean, even Superman can shave.
Yeah, but I mean, Melissa McCarthy is just on another level. She's built different.
I guess
he can shave because he has super strength. Come on.
And also because Henry Cavill has a balding hairline, and it's really embarrassing to be on Superman. Uh-oh, did I go too far?
Yeah, I think you went a little bit too far with that.
He's too much of a Chad.
Yeah.
So anyways,
but yeah.
so Kino told us that he was specifically interested in this sex scene, and that you've seen the movie, right? So what was your impression of the sex scene, Kino?
Yeah, let me just say it's probably the most realistic sex scene I think I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
It really turns me on when I'm with a woman and she pulls Old Bay seasoning out of her bra.
Yep, she always has it on her.
Yeah, she always has it on her. I mean, of course she always has it on her. She's a fat ass. But she pulls out the Old Bay seasoning, puts it on his arms, and then, I don't know, licks it off of his arms or something. I don't really know, but this goes into, so this actually reminds me of this film, The Shape of Water, right? Because in both films, Octavia Spencer asks a white woman what it was like to have sex with a monster.
With a fish man.
Yeah, because in The Shape of Water, she's like,
unexpected.
What was it like? And then in here, is the exact same conversation. So you can think of this as sort of a spiritual sequel to The Shape of Water.
Yeah, hopefully it also wins Best Picture.
Yeah, I think it will, actually. It's in the top runner.
Do you think that now that they've figured out what the Crabman's power is, which is to regrow his limbs, do you think that she'll now be able to actually eat his arms occasionally?
I mean, he could sell at least $200 worth of crab meat out of his arms and then spend the next 5 months growing them back. That's a lucrative business.
Yeah, there's no downside
it's
to it.
It's $400 a year just to cut off your own fucking arms.
Yeah, it'll cover his corn pizza budget.
It's worth it, yeah.
I mean, is there anything else to say about this movie that hasn't already been said?
It's bad.
Oh, yeah, no, the dancing scene. Remember when she first meets him and it goes into a musical number? Yeah. And I was watching that, I'm like, this is just a classic golden age of Hollywood type of thing, right? Finally, some good, wholesome movies that me and the kids can watch. Fat woman dancing with a crab man.
Well, that's why
what
I think maybe we were not the target audience, because the fantasy of an not overweight, let's say obese, an obese white woman getting to romantically engage with a guy as hot as Jason Bateman, even if he has crab arms, I think that's a fantasy that a lot of women in America would like to see themselves in. So that's why maybe we couldn't relate. Whereas when I watch King of Queens and I see a big fat guy dating Lisa Remini, I'm like, oh yeah, that could be me one day, baby. This is my fantasy.
Yeah, see, my fantasy movies are a little bit different. My fantasy movies are like Taxi Driver, American Psycho,
Joker.
Yeah, those are my fantasy movies. I see myself. Drive, that's another big one.
Yeah.
It's those movies where
Drive.
Did you say American Psycho yet?
Yeah, I did say American Psycho.
Okay, good.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane? But yeah, well, I watched that movie and I can't even watch these films anymore because I'm just constantly saying under my breath, it's literally. Until I basically hyperventilate and pass out.
That's fair.
And then wake back up. Yeah, and it's a cycle. So, you know.
Florian, you said that you really related to that Lolita movie, right?
What? I've never even seen that movie. What?
I'm surprised
I've
you
seen
haven't.
I have it on Blu-ray if you want to watch it. I'll send it over to you.
What about
It's by Kubrick. It's by Kubrick, dude. It's
Florian?
by the master.
Do you masturbate watching Leon the Professional, thinking maybe that could be me one day?
What the fuck is happening?
You don't like Natalie Portman?
What are you talking about? Why is this happening? What the hell?
They're good movies. What are you talking about? Leon the Professional is a perfect movie.
Yeah,
I agree with that,
like
actually.
Yeah, it's a great fucking movie. Why are you so upset?
Yeah.
You got to check these movies out, Florian. You're missing some real kino.
I'm finding a movie right now just to recommend to oh yeah. So here's this movie that I think Florian should watch called Pretty Baby. I think he would really like it.
Is it the sequel to Baby Driver?
I'll tell you, in 1917, in the red light district, Storyville, New Orleans, the prostitute Hattie lives with her 12-year-old daughter Violet in the fancy brothel of Madame Nell, where she works. Photographer Ernest J. Belloc has an attraction to Hallie and Violet, and he is an habitué of the whorehouse. One day, Madame Nell auctions Violet's virginity, and the winner pays the fortune of US $400 to spend the night with the girl.
Isn't that the backstory of how Lewis Carroll was inspired to write Alice in Wonderland?
That sounds like it. This film was very controversial when it came out, and it's pretty
When
much
did it
still
come
is.
out?
1978.
It sounds like it would still be controversial. I don't know why you're bringing this
Yeah.
up. We're talking about this wholesome movie called Thunder Force here. Why do you guys bring up your weird pedo movies? I don't get it.
Like, it's
Can you
with
just
Susan-
not cut it out for like a single episode? It's like you already devoted your channel to this kind of stuff.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
now
yeah.
this
It's
is
a
happening
real
here too.
staple. Every episode we talk about pedo movies without missing.
Vampire
You're right.
pedo. Oh boy.
And that's not what I devote my channel to. I devote my channel to Kino. There's a little bit of a difference there.
I think it's pretty telling that we are more comfortable talking about pedophile movies than Thunder Force. That just goes to show how terrible Thunder Force was.
Yeah, exactly. At least with maybe some of these other movies, they're disgusting or whatever. But, they have good acting, good directing. Can you say the same of Thunder Force?
And to be fair, Leon the Professional is not a pedo movie. The girl has a crush on the guy. The guy has nothing to do with it. Do not write that on Leon.
You were suggesting I fap to it. What are you talking about?
Because your fantasy is that a girl would have a crush on you. It has nothing to do with age.
A girl,
Age
huh?
is just a number, Florian.
Yeah, Florian.
Why are you doing this?
Florian,
Oh,
okay,
fuck.
we're
What's
getting
going back
close
to
to
that?
the end. Do you have any final
This
thoughts?
is just a room.
Do you have any final thoughts on Thunder Force, Florian? Let's go around the horn, declare if this movie is or is not Kino.
Just leave it alone. It's a decent movie. I don't know why you gotta be
Decent?
so harsh on it. Jeez.
10 out of 10. What would you give it? A number.
I don't know, like 4 out of 10.
I mean, that's fair, but I wouldn't call that decent.
That's
Well,
like
I've seen worse.
below average.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen worse. That's the pull quote.
Well, you think it's above average?
Put that on the poster.
I mean, I think it would fit well into the DC universe, I guess. And it's probably around
yeah.
the quality of the Snyder cut, you know.
I like the part when Melissa McCarthy threw a bus and probably killed like 100 people.
Yeah.
No, it landed in a fountain. I think they got out before, right?
Oh, I would assume there were
wholesome.
not people in the bus. That would have been pretty
Well,
horrible.
been
she
based.
didn't kill anyone then.
Yeah.
That actually have been awesome if, she became like a mass murderer, had to go on the run. She was like a miscreant fighting other miscreants. But
That's why it
then
should have been a sociopath movie where, this bus is full of people. Oh, well, I gotta stop the bad guys because they're gonna kill even more. Like have the trolley, like the trolley problem in the movie, and she just decides to kill all the people to save a few others.
There's already the show
Then
The
she
Boys,
misses.
though. The Boys is kind of about that.
Yeah, but this is
Yeah,
a
you're right. We don't need to
100-minute
make another
Melissa
one.
McCarthy movie. Might as well
Yeah.
retread The Boys a little bit.
I know,
that-
it was a popular show,
Would that just work for her? Would she just be like a maniac, and then she's also like, I also want to really throw a bus, okay? So this is happening. Sorry if you're gonna die this way. You really think that would have been good?
Hey, a dark comedy would have actually made me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to just say that I watched this, so I did a bit of a double feature. This and a movie called The Green Elephant, which was a Russian shock film from the 90s.
Very
And,
similar movies.
Yeah. And people put, The Green Elephant as like one of the most like shocking movies you'll ever see. I honestly laughed more at The Green Elephant than I did at Thunder Force.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You keep reviewing these really horrible movies, and you're just like, yeah, I need it disgusting. I need it just painful. I cannot watch anything that's wholesome. I will die. And then you.
But
that's
Florian, this movie isn't even wholesome though. Like it's not even wholesome. I
thought it was wholesome.
I can't even say that.
No.
How
How do you
How?
wholesome? How?
Yeah. How though?
Come on, didn't you see how they grew up together? They wanted to change the role, and then they finally got to doing it.
You know what I loved about this? The ending was just perfect because they're like basically how they win, like their big victory is not actually beating the king, it's getting a government contract. It's like, oh wow, like we did all this, now we got a government contract. And it's like, oh, okay, so now what's the next movie gonna be about? Like all the regulations that they have to go through and like all the paperwork that they have to do. I mean, the original Ghostbusters was sort of had like the antithesis, as far as its view on how, these government workers are because they were the bad guys or whatever. And here it's like, yeah, we now get to become government stooges. I don't know, part of some alphabet agency. So maybe Thunder Force 2. I mean, hopefully they can destabilize some third world countries or something like that. Like that would be
Thunder Force 2, lick the boot.
Yeah, exactly. Lick the fucking boot.
See, it already took Marvel like 5 movies until they got to Civil War, where they made a movie about signing paperwork. So these ones are already way ahead of the curve. We're getting there right away, baby.
Yeah, and for all the negative Nancy's about the movie that I have, I will say there was one bit of originality in the screenplay that I really liked, and that was at the end of Act 2, the heroes get into a fight and they separate, only to reunite and save the day in Act 3. I've never seen that in a movie before, and I'm glad that they finally tread this new ground.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's such a pain. Oh, you go, Weekend Warrior.
No, I just want to add, I googled Ben Falcone because I was interested in who he was, and he's in the movie.
Yeah, which one is he?
He's one of the
He gets
henchmen,
paid.
the guy who got it. Yeah, the
got
guy
paid.
with the bad face.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy
Yeah.
who... So, the guy who gets tased in the face by his own wife?
No, that's
No, by
Octavia
Octavia
Spencer.
Spencer.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Never mind.
While his wife is getting fantasies with Jason Bateman. So
Yeah,
it's
is this
like
guy
an
a big
NPR
cuck?
Jojen.
Like, what kind
Yeah.
of cuck keeps making movies where his own wife is romantically engaged with other men?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
very weird.
I guess he's got this contract where it says that he gets to decide what the sex scenes are. So he just makes it about seasoning because he just really likes to see her eat, So
Oh my God, he's a feeder.
It's a very wholesome experience then, Florian.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy. Yeah, exactly. Right?
Okay, Kino, is this movie Kino? And since you made Florian give it a rating out of 10, I think we should all do that.
Yeah. It's a very it's a paint by the numbers movie as far as its plot goes. It has the cinematography is nothing special. It gets the job done. Where the film really falters is with its writing and with its humor or lack thereof. So it's like everything is mediocre, and then you get to the jokes, and the jokes are just abysmal. And with a comedy, that's really the most important thing. So it has a good production value, so I have to give it a point for that, but I would probably give it a 2 out of 10. I have seen worse. I have seen worse, but this was, I don't know, maybe a 1 out of 10. It's not a 0 though.
What have you seen that's worse? I thought you really hated it.
I really did hate it. That is not, I really did hate it. But Ghostbusters 2016 might be worse, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I guess that one's definitely worse.
Yeah.
From that 1 minute that I've seen.
If Florian couldn't even make it 1 minute into the film, and yet he was able to finish Thunder Force.
Yeah,
right?
We know what kinds of movies that Florian likes, so if he has to quit 1 minute in.
With watching mediocre movies,
Weekend Warrior, let's hear from you.
Yeah, I think it's not Kino, unkino. I think I'll give it a point because I agree with Simeon that the universe was set up really interestingly, but they just fucked it up. And like what Kino said, it's supposed to be a very paint by numbers movie, but they fuck that up too, which is amazing. And I'll just give the movie a point because Pom Clementieff is there, so it's like what? Like a 3 or a 2? Yeah, I like her. She's pretty. So
which one was she was the Asian lady?
The laser. Yeah.
Which that's
the
not
Asian
even
lady
resolved.
who's blonde.
That's not even resolved. The laser thing. It's like, yeah, she's out there. I guess they're setting it up for a sequel.
Oh God!
Oh, the Miscreant Cinematic Universe for the MCU.
That's so bad because I actually thought she wasn't
Netflix.
that hot. So I'm surprised that you actually like her. That's weird to me.
Well, sorry that she's not Eurocentric, buddy, but some of us like a little bit of variety and flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not all, the spawn of a certain famous Austrian that only likes people with blonde hair.
We don't believe in homogenous societies.
You have blonde hair. What are you talking about?
This is rich because Florian is he's mixed race, so the fact that we're calling him a white supremacist is pretty good.
No, but he's from Austria, so that means he's a white supremacist, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the Iron Cross. You're a Nazi, obviously, right?
Okay, I'll round us up and say this movie is torture porn Kino, and people like in Guantanamo Bay should be forced to watch this on a repeat until they speak up. If this movie was in theaters, I would have legitimately left the theater halfway through, so I have to give it a 1 out of 10. I could not finish it, and I only did because I could watch it at home and be on my phone and do anything else while the movie is playing. And I only watched it to do a podcast, so 1 out of 10 would not recommend.
I actually want to add on to that. I think that not only should it be played in Guantanamo Bay, but just the scene where Melissa McCarthy flosses should be played on repeat in Guantanamo Bay.
And the sex scene should be there too.
And the sex scene. It's like the Family Guy Funny Moments compilation. It's
how dare you? Family Guy is a million times funnier than this.
Nope. No, this is exactly Family Guy level.
No, it's fucking not. If Conway Twitty played for 10 minutes, that would have been better than this movie.
It would have been. I'm not arguing. I'm saying make a montage video like that, but it's Thunder Force cringe compilation. Just have it on a repeat in Guantanamo Bay, and we'll know all of the secrets of the Taliban and the Al Qaeda and ISIS and everyone out there.
Who's the boy?
I'm so sick of Florian being anti-Family Guy on this show. It's Kino. It's more Kino than it's ever been.
Oh yeah, maybe we should review some Family Guy episodes.
I'll review Family Guy. I enjoy Family Guy. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, what's the best season to watch, or maybe best episode?
Oh, probably like around season 4, but I don't know for sure. Most TV shows peak around season 4.
I thought
American
it got better
Dad
with
is better.
time.
Oh yeah, American Dad's way better.
Yeah, American Dad's actually watchable. Yeah, I could bear American Dad.
Well, let's.
Family Guy is where I draw the line.
You can't bear Family Guy, but you liked Thunder Force.
Yeah.
At least the
That's
Cleveland
right.
show has a bear.
Whoa.
Let's go around and let everybody plug their shit. Let's start with our special guests, Kino and Warrior. Where can people find you guys online?
Warrior, you go first.
I'm Weekend Warrior. I do movie and video game reviews. You can find me on YouTube and on not Facebook. Fucking Facebook. Twitter. I hate Facebook. I was just gonna say though, there's another Weekend Warrior that's an alt-right supremacist that has
I
weird
saw him.
theories.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was you.
There's this. No, that's not me.
That's another guy.
Yeah.
Of course, Florian is
That's
aware of
another
the alt-right guy. He probably watches
It's
all of
the
his
first
videos.
thing that comes up when you search him. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, in the
I'm not that
description, I'll
guy,
have a
so-
link to the
Yeah,
correct
so-
one.
Yeah, I was like really uncomfortable. I was like, "You brought this guy on? What the hell?" I bet an alt-right crazy guy would really hate this movie. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, somebody on Twitter actually said you're an alt-right Nazi. I'm like, oh, it's probably the other guy.
So I guess I'll plug my stuff. I'm the Kino Corner. You can find me on YouTube. I just made a video about one of my favorite movies called Sallow, or 120 Days of Sodom. That's one of Florian's favorite movies too.
He
I
also
tried
masturbates to that
it,
one.
and I couldn't get past like minute 30 because it was just so boring. I don't know. I don't know what you see in it, but I guess you're just like really into the cringe. Just like,
it's a great film. You're a pleb for not liking
the
it.
best.
So you can also find me on Letterboxd and Twitter. Twitter, I mainly just shit post and just it's an experiment for me. But yeah, pretty much that's it.
Weekend Warrior, I don't know how dedicated you are to your branding, but have you considered changing your name to the Saturday Samurai?
Hey, that's actually. I like it. It's alliterative. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would go
Actually
for.
happening.
Yeah.
He can
Wow.
he can go from being mistaken for an alt-right, neo-Nazi to having SS as his name.
And this is yours.
wow.
So this is how he
and I'm a
changed his
weeb,
name. Whoa.
Yeah, I think Florian likes it too. So
I mean, yeah, if it's not
Saturday
taken
Samurai,
by
yeah,
if it's not taken by another alt-right troll, then yeah, just make sure this time. Okay.
yeah.
Florian, do you have anything to plug this time? Have you made any videos in the last week?
In the last hour, in the last day since we recorded the previous one.
But this episode's coming out a week later, so just imagine whether you made a video during that week or not.
Maybe, okay, maybe I'll finally make that video, okay? I got so many video ideas, but
You've got 7 days.
To make them. Well, 7 days. And that'll be pretty hard on my editor. Yep, check out GameSquid on YouTube, everyone. I'll make a video surely, or else you'll just be able to watch me stream, I guess.
All right, everybody, go check out Thunder Force on Netflix. This was a sponsored video. Great movie. Everybody should go check it out.
I agree. Movie of the year, Best Picture winner, or at least contender.